Namaskar, this is Gaurav Mahajan from Registration Wala. In this new video series, we are going to focus on weekly newsletter regarding all your favorite financial, economic and regulatory topics that are actually making the buzz throughout the India. Let's start with the news regarding the GST. Ministry is going to review the GST exempt list to identify the evasion courses, to identify the tax evasion courses and suggest the changes in the information technology system. The finance ministry has set up two committees for state finances. Their responsibility will be to review the inverted duty structure and recommend rationalization measures, including merger on the tax slabs. CBIC has asked tax officials to complete GST evasion investigations within 1 year. The Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs (CBIS) has asked the field offices to formulate an action plan and to complete all the GST investigations within a single year. Pushing the taxman to accelerate the process, the CBIC has asked the GST officials to issue the show cause notices to those who have been convicted of tax evasion. Now, another news, rationalization of GST is about to be underway with the Karnataka's GOM leading the charge. The government is all set to overhaul multiple tax rates under GST regime as Karnataka's group of minister under Chief Minister Basavaraj S. Boma is given the task to propose rationalization of tax rates and merging different tax slabs within the next 2 months. In the next news, interco-managerial and leadership services are going to be taxed at 18% of GST. 18% GST, sorry. Maharashtra bench of AAR, Aarti Industries Limited, has ruled that the managerial and leadership services via corporate office to its group of companies or construction sites registered in different states would be taxed at 18% GST. Now, another news, CBDT has issued a circular pertaining to refund of IGST. Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs via circular number 162/18/2021 GST dated September 25, 2021 has given clarification of period in respect of funds of taxes specified in section 77 of 1 of the CGST Act and section 19 of 1 of the IGST Act. And the next news, Aadhaar authentication now mandatory to avail GST refunds. In the 45th GST Council meeting held in Lucknow early in the month of September, it was decided that the Aadhaar authentication will now be mandatory to avail GST refunds. This is one of many rules that GST Council has introduced to avail anti-invasion measures. Relaxation in requirements of filling job work declaration with effect from October 1st, 2021. The Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs informs that relaxation in requirements of filing job work declaration form GST ITC 04 will be in effect from October 2021. And with that, we are going to move on to the news related to direct tax. CBDT has broadened safe harbor rules for the assessment year 2022 at the same rates. The Central Board of Indirect Taxes has broadened the applicability of tax rate as per safe harbor rules. Used as dispute mechanism for transfer pricing issues, the rate applicable under safe harbor rules will be effective from April 1, 2021. Net direct tax collection of India is now 5.71 crore for the financial year 2021-22. Ministry of Finance released a press conference dated 24 September 2021 stated that the direct tax collection for the financial year 2001-2022 as on the date 22nd of September 2021 is rupees 5,70,568 crores, which is higher than the corresponding year of the corresponding to the preceding financial year 2020-21. Due date of linking of PAN with the Aadhaar card has further been extended. The government has extended the certain timelines or certain compliances to address the hardship faced by the individuals and the businesses during this COVID pandemic. So the government has extended the due date of linking PAN and Aadhaar card from which was 30th September 2001. Now it is 31st March of 2022. Now, in other use, senior citizens above 75 years of age are to be exempted from filing income tax returns. In the FY budget year that was announced this year, the senior citizens above the age of 75 are exempted from filing income tax returns. CBDT announced this leniency along with the declaration form that older citizens have to submit a designated bank to enjoy. Senior citizens above 75 years of age are to be exempted from filing income tax returns. In the financial year budget 2021, the senior citizens above the age of 75 are exempted from filing income tax returns. CBDT announced this leniency along with the declaration form that the older citizens have to submit to designated banks to enjoy this particular exception. And with that, we are going to move on to the company news. Government has increased the Company Laws Committee's tenure till September 2022. Company Law Committee, which has mandate to examine and make recommendations to the government on various issues related to the Companies Act, have received extension of tenure from the government from 1 year till now. The new committee is now valid to September 2022. Ministry of Corporate Affairs has started to invite applications to engage services of young professionals. The RNA division of the Ministry of Corporate Affairs, Government of India, has announced that the MCA is inviting applications to engage the services of young professionals on a contract basis. Find the details of this post in the link that we are going to give in the description of this video. Another thing, due date has been extended of holding the annual general meetings of a company. Extensions of time of holding annual general meetings have been extended, which was supposed to end till 31 March 2021. By the period of 2 months of due date has now been extended. You can find more about in the link in the description that we are given for this video. Another news, date of extended to file cost of audit report to the board of directors has also been extended. Taking into consideration the extraordinarily disruptive COVID-19 pandemic that has had on the governmental function, the MCA has decided to extend the date of filing of cost of audit report by the board of directors of companies. The new extended date is now 31st October 2021. Let's now discuss some miscellaneous news. FDI in fruit processing sector has fallen to 57% for the financial year 2021. Foreign direct investment in the food processing sector has reduced drastically by 57% for the financial year 2020 and 2021. Piyush Goyal has stated that government would soon come out with clarifications about the foreign direct policy. There has been upheaval among the domestic traders about violation of FDI norms by foreign online players. To curb their dissatisfaction, Commerce and Industry Minister Piyush Goyal stated that the ministry would soon come with certain clarification for this e-commerce sector. Another, DOT introduces major reforms in the telecom sector. The Union Cabinet has introduced major structural and procedural reforms to the telecom sectors aimed at promoting employment opportunities, healthy competition, investment, and reduce regulatory burdens of the TSPs. You can read more about it through the link that we have given in the description below. Let's now talk about other news. CBDT has issued orders to regularize income tax returns filed and e-verified from the time 7/6/2021 to 13/9/2021. The Central Board of Direct Taxes via Order U/S119-2B dated 24/9/2021 has regularized ITRs that are filed and e-verified between 7/6/2021 to 13/9/2021. They would have otherwise been verified by DSC. As per Rule 12 of the IT rules, those returns are to be deemed furnished and verified. ITAT Jaipur quashed Section 147/48 preceding as reasons to not believe anymore. For the case named Bansiwala Iron and Steel Rolling Mills versus DCIT, ITAT Jaipur, appeal number ITA number 138/JP/2009, date of judgment order 15/9/2021. You can read more about the judgment in the comment section. Expanding the limited scope by Section 263 of Income Tax Order is invalid. For the case named Rajni Venkata Naga Varapur Narayana versus PCIT 20, ITAT Delhi, appeal number ITA number 1817/DEL/2020. In that case, the tribunal found out that the order US-263 passed by IDPCIT looked into the issue of recomputational of income tax gains, which is beyond the mandate of the scrutiny issued by the Central Board of Direct Tax. Now, chairmen, directors can't be held responsible for the criminal acts for the company. Supreme Court has stated that the chairman, directors, and other high professionals won't be held accountable for the criminal activities of a company unless their individual roles have also been specified as well. Mention of F in the similar news, F mention of FSI license registration number is now mandatory in all bills, invoices, and cash receipts of food businesses from effective from 1st October 2021. The food businesses have now have to mention their FSI numbers and registrations number on all the bills, invoices, and cash receipts. SEBI has come down and revised risk manager framework that are geared towards mutual funds with specific mandatory and recommendatory elements. SBI has come out with revised risk management framework for mutual funds that entails specific recommendations and mandatory elements. AMCs, asset management companies, now must assess risk management frameworks and practices prior to submitting report of the same to the SEBI along with the roadmap for the framework's implementation. Draft rules of labor codes released by 15 states but reforms won't see the light until financial year 2022. 15 states have prepared the draft rules under 4 labor codes that was passed by the parliament between 2019 and 20. However, uncertainty remains when the labor market reforms will be issued, as they are not going to do so in the current fiscal year. In the final news for the day, Reserve Bank of India has issued new notification pertaining to the master directors. RBI's master director, a mesh of consolidated instructions and rules and regulations framed by it under various acts including banking issues and foreign exchange transactions, now has a new development. You can check out this news through the link given below. With that, we're going to end this week's newsletter. Stay tuned for further updates in the economic world of India. Thank you.